The rain is raining. I've left my heater on. Oh, give me one moment. Now that the heater's off, welcome back. Or, if you are new, welcome. The lighting, kind of terrible today. It is quite a gloomy day. I say quite, it's very much a gloomy day because it's raining heavy. I'm not mad about it because it's quite cozy, you know. So my ring lights are really coming through right now. For today's video, we're going to attempt yet another Kim Kardashian makeup look. I did try a Kim K makeup look like when I first started doing videos, makeup videos, because I was doing vlogs before, but that was like one of her older, like how she used to do her makeup. My ring light keeps going down. As I was saying, it was how she usually, like how she used to do her makeup. Whereas I feel like in 2022, oh, the sun. Oh, are you going again? Oh, you're coming back? Stop teasing me. Anyways, we're gonna have to ignore the lighting situation. Oh, bye. And we're back. But yes, we're gonna do her 2020 makeup, not 2020, her 2022 makeup look, like her go-to, because I feel like it's quite different. Like before it was very warm tones, like thick black eyeliner, and now it's like cooler toned eyes, no eyeliner, very long eyelashes. So we're gonna have another go. We're gonna have another go and see how we get on. But I will leave that old one linked in the description if you would like to have a gander. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. Down below in the corner is my little face. There we go. Where's my headband? Got it. Am I wearing a headband? Yeah, why not? Okay, first of all, because she's very, very matte, like there's no highlight, maybe a smidge on the nose, but there's no highlight anywhere else and it makes me kind of sad. But we're gonna go for a very, very matte base. So this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I was gonna say in the shade, but there's no shade. Gonna get quite a bit of it. Oh, I might have actually taken a bit too much. Oh, look at that. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna put this in the T-zone. We may have to spread to the rest of the face because that's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh my days. We're just gonna spread everywhere. Doggos. Okay, moving on. I'm going to put like a little bit of this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer into the centre of my face, just to give us that flawless base we need to become Kim Kardashian. My face is slippy. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. How is my foundation gonna grip? Maybe it just needs to dry down. Oh, okay, it's getting a little bit of tack. This is where we need to be. Okay. That last one stung. Jeez. Okay, for foundation, we need a very full coverage matte foundation. And I know I use this one a lot, but it just does the job and I've fallen back in love. It's the Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation in the shade F5. It's just absolutely fantastic at just doing the job, it really is. So we're gonna apply this to the face. It is a tad on the orange side for me right now. I haven't fake tanned in a little while, so, but we'll make it work. Oh, it's in my hair. Oh, and this, oh no, let's not. Thank you very much. I'm gonna blend with a brush. Okay, now, as usual, gonna go in with our e.l.f. concealers. This one is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm, and this one is the 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. However, they are not the same shade, sadly. I was misled. I was misinformed. I'm gonna use the hydrating one first, just in here like this, and I'm gonna use this one here to highlight as well. Just because this one, in theory, I should use this one to highlight because it is brighter, but I don't like the finish it leaves on the skin in comparison to this one. Like, it's not bad, it's just not as good as the hydrating one. So I'm gonna also use this one to cover any blemishes. And now we're gonna take this one and we're gonna put it in here. And now we're gonna blend with the brush. If you're someone that gets like quite a cakey nose throughout the day, I recommend like tapping it in, like all your products, like when you go over the nose. Just an FYI. I find that it holds up a bit better throughout the day. We're gonna put on the smallest amount of, what am I trying to say? Liquid blush. This is the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy. I'm gonna pop it here. I'm gonna use a little spiky brush. I'm gonna blend, just kind of keep it here, but then like bring it up towards the back of the cheeks. One thing I have noticed is in the one I did before, she wasn't very blushed up. It was more like, she was more peachy. And in this one, she's got some blush on. She's got some blush. Just take whatever's left on the brush and like rub it over the end of the nose. Now we're gonna make sure we got no creasing going on under the eyes. We're gonna take some RC Mano colour powder, and I've put some in the lid. Gonna take a little poofy pad, press this under the eyes. We are gonna like leave it to like bake for a minute. I'm gonna set my T-zone as well. And now take a big brush into the powder and pat over the cheeks. First we're gonna do nose contour. I'm gonna take a brush like this into your contour shade. Mine's an eyeshadow, say that in every video. And I don't really know how she contours her nose. Like, she's got contour on her nose, I can tell that. I don't know if it's because of the flash that I can't see it properly. Whatever, we'll try our best. So we're gonna lift the bottom. We're gonna come from just under the brow and blend onto the nose, and then kind of swerve out at the bottom. And now we're just gonna take some over the top. Gonna take whatever's left on the brush and go underneath the lip. And now I'm gonna take a brush like this into the same color, and we're gonna do the jawline. We are gonna really like over contour the jawline because she has a very strong jawline. Now I'm gonna take a little like fluffy angled brush into the same color. We're gonna just pop it back here. She looks like she contours like down to her mouth. Okay, now powder on my top, I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna take a brush like this, and I'm gonna go into the James Charles palette and into this white, really load up the brush. And we're gonna press this down the sides of the nose and under the eyes. Gonna do some down the middle too. Now I'm gonna take my fluffy brush and just tap over all of this. This is just because she's got a very, very bright under eye, hasn't she? Okay, now I'm gonna go with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer with an angle brush. We're gonna really bronze the forehead. Need to make sure it's like very, very, very bronzed. Do some just at the back of the cheeks, but we're not gonna bring it all the way down. Just gonna put it back here. And a bit over the chin and over the end of the nose. Okay, now I'm gonna do some more blush with the blush palette from e.l.f. I'm gonna go between this one and this one. And we're gonna keep it here again, and then kind of bring it back. And then just tap over it with my poofy pad, just to make sure everything's nice and blended. Now, I don't know if this is because she's like airbrushed the photo or something, but around here is still like very like bright and like poreless. So I'm gonna go with my poofy pad into the white. We're just gonna tap over here. And then this is gonna sound scary, but I'm gonna use the brush that we use for the bronzer, nothing else. And I'm just gonna brush over the area. Now, we're going to do our brows. This is the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit in the shade 4.5. She has very defined, filled in eyebrows, so we're gonna attempt it. I'm not that scared about doing the brows. I'm usually quite scared to do the brows because it's always the make or break, isn't it? When you're trying to recreate a celebrity's eyebrows. But I feel like Kim's are quite, I feel like I could achieve somewhat similar results with what my eyebrows have got going on. So we'll give it a go, I'm not trying to toot my own horn too much. I'm gonna take my pencil. I always start by drawing a line underneath. Is anyone else stressing because it's the end of the year and you haven't achieved every single thing you wanted to achieve in the year? Not to try and make you have a bad day. That's where I'm at. Oh well, we've got next year. It's not like time stops. You know what I mean? We've got next year. Take my spoolie and blend out the front part. That's a strong line at the end there, isn't it? Jesus. Okay, I feel like a bit strong. Okay, for the eyes, I'm going to start by taking my contour shade, just on a normal fluffy brush. I'm going to put this all through the crease and like above it. Also going to take it under the eye. And then also up through the front of the brow and onto the side of the nose. Now I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush and I'm going to go into the colour Activist and Smoke Show, just mix them. They're like dark browns. Really tap off the brush though. You don't need them to be dark. We're going to use a very light hand. We're going to go just above the crease and just lightly add a bit more definition. Take the other brush we were using and just wait for the lorry to go by. And now we're gonna blend out this line slightly, just so it's not so harsh. And now we're gonna take some under the eye. We're not trying to smoke it out too much, it's just under the eye slightly. Now just going back in with that other colour on the same brush. And we're just gonna go over that again. Just so it's not too cool tone, but it's not too warm at the same time. We're just trying to get that healthy balance, you know? Now we're gonna take our finger. I'm going to go into the colour Charmer, which is like a creamy sort of colour. I'm going to add this to the lid. Now I'm just going to go back into the James Charles palette, take a tiny bit of the white on my finger. I'm going to pop it right in the centre. Now I'm just going to take a little angled brush into a dark brown colour. I'm just going to lightly stamp this over the lash line. Okay, now that we've lined the top line, we're just going to add the smallest flick on the edge. Just because her eyes are more like lifted, mine are not. So I'm just gonna mimic it with a wing. Now I'm just gonna take the e.l.f. brown eyeliner. I'm gonna put this, just grabbing my poofy pad to pull my eye down. I'm gonna put this in the waterline. And line all the way into the tear duct. We are gonna put on some eyelashes. I'm gonna use these ones. I need to cut them because they are Mahusive. I'm gonna use these ones. They're from Amazon, but I don't know the brand because, as you can see, they're just on their own. So, but the glue I'm using is the Real False Lashes Invisible Lash Glue from Benefit. The rain is raining. It is coming down for sure. Now, I'm just going to go cut these and I will be right back. Okay, I'm just going to wait for the glue to dry down on the lashes and go tacky a bit before we stick them on. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I'm going to put on a bit of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Doesn't have to be a lot, but just something. I'm liking the matte eye, I've got to admit. Okay, now I need to add a lot of mascara to the bottom lashes. Wish me luck. It always gets on the lower lash line, like it always gets on the skin. It's so annoying. How does one get these lashes out here without it getting on the skin? If you have any tips, please let me know, because I can't do it. And going at it with like the brush like this, it's a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna add the smallest amount of highlight. Why every time I try to speak, a lorry goes past? Just ignore the road. I'm gonna add the smallest amount of highlight to the end of my nose. I'm gonna go into the Dual palette on a little fluffy brush. Take a small amount of the white one. Lightly dust over the end. And whatever's left on the brush, bring up here. She seems like she's got like quite a shiny middle of the forehead by here, so we're just gonna use whatever's left on the brush and just add it to the centre of the forehead. I'm gonna go back into the James Charles palette on our poofy thing, take some white, and we're gonna go underneath the brow, just to highlight the brow bone a tad. Now I'm gonna attempt to stick on these lashes. We shall see if it goes smoothly. For lips, also, the inner corner of this lash does not want to stick down, no matter how much glue I put on it, but I'm just gonna leave it do its thing, whatever. First of all, for lips, we're going to use the Lucas Port ointment just to prep them. Should have done this earlier, but I forgot. Now I'm just going to lightly overline the lip with the Obsession lip liner in the shade Hookup. It's just a dark brown. I'm going to go underneath the lip. And then she has a really plump upper lip, so I'm going to have to try and attempt that. Kind of fill in the lip a little bit with it. Okay, now I have this lip liner from Primark. It's like a little pinky shade, it hasn't got a shade name. I'm gonna just colour in the lips. And I'm gonna use my finger just to blend the two liners together. Now I'm gonna use a bit of the blush that we used, the Rare Beauty one, I'm gonna put a little bit of this in the centre of the lips and blend it out with my finger again. And now I'm going to take my sponge into the powder and I'm going to just tap it over the entire lip area. Now, more lip stuff. There's always a lot going on the lips whenever you're doing a Kardashian makeup look. This is the Barry M lip liner in the shade Toast. I'm going to just go in between the liner we used before and the pink. And now I'm hoping, final step for the lips. This is the Clarins Instant Lip Natural Lip Perfector in the shade 05. I'm going to just pop this everywhere. Now to set the face, I'm going to use the Primark Sunset Beam Coconut Primer Water. Oh, that feels nice. It feels like my face again. And this is the finished makeup look. I'm always so thrown off by the lips because they're always a bit more overlined than what I'd normally go for. Not gonna lie. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world and so much more. And I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.